Hey YouTube, I want to talk about another knife today. The knife I want to talk about is the Microtech SF manual. We got this recently in a trade with Alexander Dietz. Pretty nice knife. First thing I thought right when I got it in hand was, wow, this thing was really well thought out. Microtech really put some thought into the design and ergonomics of this knife. At least I think they did. Seems like it, unless it's just a coincidence. But first off, I'll talk about the handle a little bit, materials, specs and all that, will be in the description. But it's an aluminum handle, little carbon fiber inserts, which I could do without those because they seem kind of cheap, almost like stickers or something. I don't know. Not a big deal. I'd rather have some Track Tech grip tape or something in there. But it's a liner lock, spring-loaded liner lock. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a spring in here that actually pushes the liner lock out. It's right side tip up carry only, and it's got a titanium pocket clip. Real easy. It sits pretty low, but it's got a nice lip on it, so it's real easy to get in and out of your pocket, and it's got pretty good retention. So this thing's not going anywhere, and quite a bit sticks out of your pocket, but there's still quite a bit in your pocket, so you don't have to worry about it coming out. And with the little screws here and the grip on the back of the back spacer, it allows for easy grip to pull out of your pocket. So no problem there for me. Thick liner lock. Blade tang is cut just partially with the edge on it. I'm not sure if you could see that. With an edge on it to stop the liner lock, so it goes to its spot and then bam, that's it. Can't go any further. Locks up rock solid. And also you can see there's no gap in between the handle and the blade. That's because there are no washers in this. It just mates with like a, I guess I don't know if it's steel plates on the inside or what, but they're not using washers. And it's kind of nice because no dirt really could get into the pivot. And then I think that's another reason why it's not too big of a deal that they use their Microtech screws, which you can't take apart unless you have the tool, because you're not really going to get any dirt in there. No reason to need to take that apart, except for maybe if you were to get some rocks or sand down in behind the lock, then it might become a problem. It's partial open right there. It's got an anodized green back spacer, which I believe is also aluminum. This one has the stone washed S35 VN blade with the reverse Tonto and a nice belly on it. Really nice blade. Great for all kinds of tasks. This thing came pretty crazy sharp. You can see it's a thick blade. The jimping is fantastic on it. I mean, with the choil up here and the jimping, you could really get down and do some fine tasks. And then you could also move back, get a little bit more reach. And this is what I mean by I think it's really well thought out. They allowed this grip, and then if you were using it as a fighting knife in reverse, you could put it right here, choke up like that, and it's really comfortable. I mean, they pretty much, it's perfect for your thumb right there, and they got jimping there, which really isn't good for anything else except for that. So I'd assume that that's what it's for. And then you could also move back a little further and it's still pretty comfortable. The thumb studs are gigantic, which they don't really need to be that big, but it does look pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And they act as a blade stop, and since these are so big and act as a blade stop with that thick liner lock, pretty much locking it up perfect. This knife has almost no play, and I don't see it really ever developing play. Stonewash, you can see Microtech, it's made in the USA. Some flaws that may be flaws, you know, depends if it is to you, it's kind of hard every once in a while you slip opening that, but when you get used to it, you could flick it open or open it with the meaty or thumb, however you want. But yeah, it's a pretty cool knife. I'm actually pretty impressed with it, more than I thought. I didn't really want to pull the trigger on this knife at first because it is pretty pricey, but I'm really liking it. Glad that I made the trade. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. It has a really nice tip on it, a thick, strong tip, but it also is pretty pointy and sharp. So you kind of getting best of both worlds there. And this is flat ground, partially flat ground. So pretty strong blade. Alright guys, that's the Microtech SF. And I got some other eye candy for you guys down here. I'll show you this as a size comparison. See, it is a pretty big knife, but cutting edge, you know, it's beat by quite a bit of knives. But you take some, you lose some, you get some. I mean, with this one, you're getting a nice finger choil. This thing's never gonna fail and cut you, but you're losing some cutting edge. So, and it also has a little sharpening choil there too, which is nice. You know, if this knife were to fail, which I wouldn't imagine it would unless you're being stupid, but if it were to fail, your fingers are gone. But that's just because that's the way this knife is designed. Spyderco usually gives you a nice choil, but that's kind of what I think they're doing with this. You know, there's no way you're gonna get cut. I mean, I don't think this thing would fail anyway, but I'm rambling on. The reason I got this out here today is because I just want you to know I do own guns and I do love guns as well. But I just haven't done any reviews on them for certain reasons. I'll make another video later talking about my passion for guns, but here's some gun porn. Sig Sauer GSR 1911. Alright guys, thanks for watching.